Hello everyone, welcome to AFS Hackers. I'm Afshan. In this video, we are going to continue our series of entry-level cybersecurity questions and answers. So let's start. In my previous video, we have completed the question number 15. Now let's start with question number 16. So question number 16 is, does Pentester do social engineering? The answer to the question is, generally social engineering is not in the scope of penetration testing, but nowadays some organizations do consider the social engineering aspect while doing pen testing. So it is a very important question. I get asked this question in my job interview. So remember it, guys. Question number 17 is, what happens to confidential data red team pen testing gathered during the penetration test? So the answer of this question is, red team pen testing commits itself to absolute secrecy regarding your confidential data. A non-disclosure agreement or NDA determining that red team pen testing treats a client's data as confidential is already part of every contract. All customers' data, including information that is used to prepare a first quotation, is subject to the same obligation to confidentiality at the end of the penetration test. All data and possible storage media is either securely destroyed or handed back to the client. Let's see the next question. Question number 18 is, how do you add security to a website? We will use the secure password to secure the site. And the next one is, be careful when opening emails and install software updates. Use a secure website hosting service, SSL certificates, keep information protected, run regular website security checks, secure folder permissions, update website platforms and script, and install security plugins. So we will secure the website by using the following points. So let's see the question number 19. What are the different layers of the OSI model? So first of all, what is OSI model? So OSI model stands for the Open Systems Interconnection Model. Is a conceptual framework used to describe the function of a networking system. There are 7 layers of the OSI model. The first layer is physical layer, and this layer is responsible for transmission of digital data from sender to receiver through the communication media. Second layer is data link layer. This layer handles the movement of data to and from the physical link. It is also responsible for encoding and decoding of data bits. So we have already seen this in our OSI model room of TryHackMe, how the data link layer works. Layer 3 is network layer, which is responsible for packet forwarding and providing routing paths for network communication. Fourth layer is transport layer. This layer is responsible for end-to-end communication over the network, and it splits the data from above layer and passes it to the network layer, and then ensure that all the data has successfully reached at the receiver's end. Layer 5 is the session layer. Layer 5 is a session layer. It controls the connection between the sender and the receiver. It is responsible for starting, ending, and managing the session and establishing, maintaining, and synchronizing interaction between the sender and the receiver. Layer 6 is presentation layer. It deals with presenting the data in a proper format and data structure instead of sending raw datagrams or packets. Last layer, or the layer 7, is application layer. It provides an interface between the application and the network. It focuses on process-to-process communication and provides a communication interface. Okay, let's see the question number 20. Question number 20 is, what is the three-way handshake? A three-way handshake, also known as TCP three-way handshake, is a mechanism to establish a connection between the client and server over a TCP IP network. In this mechanism, the client and server send each other the synchronization and acknowledgement packets before an actual data transmission occurs. Three-way handshake mechanism. In this mechanism, the client sends a SYN TCP packet to the server asking for a connection or synchronizing request and a sequence number. The server responds with the SYN-ACK packet, acknowledging the connection request and assigning a sequence number. The client again sends an acknowledgement packet to accept the response of the server. Okay, let's see the question number 21. That is, what is a firewall and why is it used? So it is a very basic question, but many interviewer has asked me this question. So I think it is important to include this question in this series. So A firewall is a network security system set on the boundaries of the system or network that monitors and control network traffic. And firewall are mainly used to protect the system or network from viruses, worms, malware, etc. Firewall can also be to prevent remote access and content filtering. Let's see the question number 22. What is DNS and why is DNS monitoring essential? The DNS stands for Domain Name System, and it is a distributed database over the internet and enables converting user-friendly hostname into computer-friendly IP addresses. It is known as the phone book of the internet. DNS plays a vital role in how an end user in an organization connect to the internet. Whenever a client establishes a connection with a domain, its information is stored in DNS logs. DNS monitoring can disclose information such as website visited by the employees, malicious domain access by an end user, malware connecting to command and control server. So DNS is really important. Question number 23 is, you receive an email from your bank telling you, it is a hypothetical situation interviewer will give you. Like you have received an email from your bank telling you there is a problem with your account. The email provides instruction and a link so you can log in into your account and fix the problem. What should you do? So my response would be, delete the email and use the web client, that is Gmail, Yahoo Mail, etc., and report it as a spam or phishing, then delete it. Any unsolicited email or phone call asking you to enter your account information, disclose your password, financial account information, social security number, or other personal or private information is suspicious, even if it is appear to be from a company you are familiar with. Always contact the sender using a method you know is legitimate to verify that the message is from them. Question number 24 is, a friend of yours sends an e-card to your mail. You have to click on the attachment to get the card. What do? Justify your answer. So a friend of yours, right? And never click on any link which your friend sends you, because it might be risky. Because if they are not from cybersecurity background, they will not understand the risk associated with that. So there are 4 risks here. Some attachments contain viruses or other malicious program. So just in general, it's risky to open unknown or unsolicited attachment. Also, in some cases, just clicking on a malicious link can infect a computer. So unless you are sure a link is safe, don't click on it. Email addresses can be faked. So just because the email says it is from someone you know, you can't be certain of this without checking with the person. Finally, some websites and links look legitimate, but they are not. Okay, let's see the question number 25. Why is deleted data not truly gone when you delete it? Because when you press delete on a file, it doesn't actually go anywhere. A bit on the file is flipped, telling the operating system that the file is no longer needed and it can be overwritten as is required. Until that happens, the file can still be restored no matter if it is in recycle bin or not. There are ways around this, such as using file shredders and disk wipers, but both of these takes quite a bit of time to finish their jobs to a reasonable degree. Let's see the question number 26. What is encryption and decryption? Encryption is a process of converting normal message, that is plain text, into a meaningless message, that is ciphertext. Whereas decryption is the process of converting meaningless message or ciphertext into its original form, that is plain text. So it is a very basic question, but many interviewers ask me this question. Let's see the question number 27. So question number 27 is, what is DHCP? So DHCP is short for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. Its main task is to assign an IP address to devices across the network automatically. It first checks for the next available address not yet taken by any device, then assign this to a network device. Let's see the question number 28. What can be considered as good password? Good passwords are made up of not just letters, but by combining letters and numbers. A password that combines uppercase and lowercase letters is favorable than one that uses all uppercase or all lowercase letters. Passwords must be not words that can easily be guessed by hackers, such as dates, names, favorite, etc. Longer passwords are also better than short ones. if you follow Kevin Mitnick, so he always said that use paraphrase and remember the paraphrasing and use that as a password, and use a special character, semicolons and @ symbol in your password to make it more harder to guess. Okay, so let's see the question number 29. Can you target any IP address for penetration testing? So we can't. Penetration testing started only after detailed discussion regarding targets with the management of the company. The legal agreement also signed between pen testing agency and company and mentioned all IP address which are in the scope of the test. Like if they mention out of the scope column in the report, so you have to follow that. You can't touch that IP addresses or asset which is out of the scope. You just need to perform pen testing on only in the scope IP addresses or the asset they have included. Okay, let's see the question number 30. What is cookie and what are the types of cookie? So a cookie is a piece of information received from a web server and stored in a web browser which can be read anytime later. A cookie can contain password information, some autofill information, and if any hackers get these in detail, it can be dangerous, like cookie manipulation. It's a very famous attack. Type of cookies are session cookies and the persistent cookies. So session cookies, these cookies are temporary and last in that session only. The persistent cookies, these cookies stored on the hard disk drive and last till its expiry or manual removal of it. Okay, so these are the 30 questions and this is the part 2 of the series. I hope you like this video, guys. If you did, then share this video with your friends and colleagues. And yes, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We'll see you in my next video. Till then, take care and keep hacking.